What's up, family? It's your girl Samantha Lee, y'all. Welcome to the live. I am actually working on simultaneously trying to get uh y'all will see me here trying to get TikTok in because I don't like the angle that has that at. It's weird. I'm trying to get the right angle. Because I'm trying to simulcast to TikTok. That might be a little unsturdy, but I don't like the angle. Yeah, I might do it the other way. This is actually the perfect angle, but this is like all up in my face, but I don't know if that's any better. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. I mean, that looks better. Anyway, y'all, we gonna get this thing rocking and rolling. Welcome to tonight's live. If you guys don't already know, my name is Love Samantha Lee or Samantha Lee. For those who have been coming to the show and have been here for a minute. I am excited for tonight's episode. I've done some research. And so, yeah, you see me over here trying to work, y'all, trying to make things work. Okay. Ooh, that's a little too low because the masses don't need to see that, Lord. So I'm trying to get this TikTok thing together. I have never gone live on TikTok. And for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, but my computer is not young enough for TikTok. And I wish I could just look straight at the camera like this, but you know, it is what it is. We gonna make it work. So I'm gonna see if they have oh goodness gracious, Jesus. Yeah, I'm so not TikTok literate. It's actually crazy. Okay, that works. All right. Okay. And I'm just gonna go live and we gonna just do what we do. How about that? How about that? Well, I look good. They ain't gonna know what to do with me on TikTok. Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I have never done this before, so y'all doing this with me. We doing this together. So, I've never done this. Okay. So, if you guys don't follow me on TikTok, let's get into it. So, y'all, welcome to tonight's live. For those who are coming in on TikTok, welcome. I don't know if I like this filter, but it's okay. Welcome to tonight's live. Let's doing something weird on that one. Welcome to tonight's live. We are doing a show. If you guys don't already know who I am, my name is Love Samantha Lee. I've been doing and putting out content for almost 2 years on all platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I've been putting out content and I enjoy it. I mean, I absolutely love putting out content. So I'm hoping to make this more of my full-time thing at some point. But anyway, I go live on the YouTube platform, on the U of Tube, like I like to say, on Mondays and Wednesdays. I'm going to try to go live every Wednesday. Now joining me, TikTok. What's going on, TikTok? I haven't seen y'all. I've never gone live here with you guys. So what's up, y'all? It's great to see you guys. Y'all have been following my content, so it's great to see everybody that's on the live tonight from the YouTube, from the TikTok space, should I say? But anyway, I will be trying to go live on all of my platforms as simultaneously because the goal is to grow. Okay. And so tonight's live is about the truth about male and female friendships. Okay. The truth about men and women and male friends, myths versus realities. Now, I looked up some common questions that men ask, and I'm going to answer those questions very, very honestly. Okay, I'm not going to hold any punches. I'm not going to say anything backwards or whatever, but I'm going to be brutally honest about the truth between men and male and female relationships. And so we're going to get into that. But before I get into it, if you guys don't already know, my name is Samantha Lee. As I said before, I've been putting out content on this U of Tube, on the other 3 streaming sites: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I've been putting out content I am a therapist by trade. Okay. So I am a I do full-time therapy work. That's what I do full time. And I believe I'm basically like a full-time content creator because I put out content almost daily on every single platform. Okay. So that is what I do, and that is who I am. All right. So enough about me. Let's get into it. So, first things first. Somebody wrote on here, join my team. Oh, thank you guys. Somebody sent a gift. Thank you guys. Okay. So, tonight's topic, like we said, let me say hi to some people on the YouTube. Let me say hi to some people on TikTok. I'm going to say hi to some people on TikTok as well. It's great to see you guys on TikTok. I haven't seen y'all. Mwah. I know y'all been following me for a minute. I don't go live on y'all platform. So, what's up? But let me say hi to those on the YouTube. I see John is in the building. What's up? You guys see my hair is crazy, right? My hair is like crazy. It's crazy because I didn't get my hair done. Now, you guys want to know what my hair looks like when I don't get my hair done on Fridays? This is what it looks like. Okay, I washed it and it's in its natural habitat. Some of y'all don't know that. Y'all have never seen it in its natural habitat. I try to do it, but it's like it, you see, this is why I get it done. So it is what it is. Okay, let's keep going. What's up, John? What's up, Ray? What's up, Antoine? Antoine, thank you so much. Demetrius. I see Deepak, Trav. I see Meryl. I see T. Smith. What's up? Am I single? Yes, I'm single. But that's gonna change in 2025, y'all. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm gonna let the Lord do it for me, but that's gonna change. Well, let me see. No, she's spiritually taken. That's funny. Somebody already answered for me. Anyway, I'm on. Okay, so Travel says he's on TikTok too. Okay. What's up, Joshua? What's up, Demetrius? What's up, everybody? What's up, everyone on TikTok? I've never seen you guys before, I'm sure. What's up, Anthony? I see from Toronto. I'm seeing some people, Stan, Nesh. I'm seeing William join. Mark joined the live. Sierra joined the live. Mark like the live. Thank you. Seeing all these people on here. Way to go. What's up, y'all? I don't really know all of these different things with the TikTok, but we're gonna learn it. I'm seeing people from Chicago, California. What's up? All right, you guys. I want to say thank you to everybody that donates to the live. Thank you for those who hit the Cash App. I appreciate you guys. I also want to thank those who are going to hit the gifts here on TikTok and the super chats here on the YouTube platform. This is y'all, I am growing. I am growing because I've never done this. Hey guys, I've never done this before. It's going to be the Samantha Lee show, y'all. Okay, I'm doing 2 different platforms. Y'all like my blue? I mean, TikTok can see my whole outfit. It's classy, isn't it? Say what's so funny. Okay, anyway. Back to what I'm saying, y'all. Let's go into it. Okay. Male and female relationships. I know that the first thing that we want to start and talk about is some hot topics, right? Hot topics that we want to talk about, right? So, y'all, let's talk about some hot topics. Y'all give me a hot topic. I'm going to give you my first perspective on the hot topic. Okay? So, you guys tell me, Samantha Lee, love Samantha Lee on Netflix. I'm seeing that. I'm envisioning that. Anybody on here who's y'all tell me, what's a hot topic? Oh, okay, Joshua. Fake relationships. Okay. You know what I'll say about fake relationships? I'll get into that. I think that today's world, we focus more on presentationships and relationships, meaning that we like what it looks like online versus what it really is in real life. And so for me, I think that it's like a little fake. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're not really talking about like genuine connection or connectivity. We're talking about what does it look like on the gram? Okay, and that's fake. It's fake. So I think today's world, it can be very superficial because we're more into what it looks like versus what it really is. That's my perspective. Um before you start the show, Sam, did you give Soraya her fresh orange juice? We can't start the show until the queen is happy. Yes, I gave her orange juice, but she had to finish. Y'all, let me tell y'all what I did for Soraya today. So when we talk about hot topics, we're gonna talk a little bit about hot topics. Y'all gonna talk to me about the Ravens. I'll talk to you about the Ravens because I watched the Ravens game. I thought the Ravens was gonna win. If I put money on the game, it would have been the Ravens. I didn't expect the Bills to take that one, but that's a whole different conversation for a whole nother day. I was going for the Ravens. We're not going to take away from the fact that Lamar Jackson had a great year, so that's just what we're going to do. But I was hoping that it was going to be the Ravens. I was going for the Ravens in that one. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yes, I gave her orange juice, but y'all, I made her breakfast. Like I did the 9. Like I ordered food to cook for her, and she didn't eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like I made her like I did the 9 for my baby girls today. And she loved crispy bacon. So I made her the bacon. I did the 9, and she likes it with the syrup. She wanted like the strawberries with the berries on top of the waffle, the certain type of waffle. I did the whole 9. I did everything I could. I ordered it so that I could have that type of breakfast for my daughter. You know what she did? She touched it. Just took the little bits and pieces, said, "Oh, mommy, it's good. Mommy, it's good, but I want orange juice." No, well, guess what? I'm good. I'm actually okay. But I wasn't giving her no more orange juice until she finished her breakfast. That's what I was gonna say. Oh, you said you and Lamar Jackson from the same city. Yeah. I like Lamar Jackson now. I really do. I think I like watching him play. I also like that type of, when somebody come from the trenches, I just like that. It resonates with my spirit a little bit. I like when somebody come from the trenches and they balling like that, you know. So anyway, I like that. Somebody have another hot topic that they want me to talk about, and we're going to get into the meat of the message today. So who do you want to win? Who do I want in the Super Bowl? Well, thank you, Copeland, for the $4.99 super chat. So I really actually, my stepdad is a avid Eagles fan. Okay, and the Eagles are winning, right? So I'm gonna go for the Eagles out of loyalty for my stepdad. So I have to go with the Eagles. And then the other Chiefs. Or no, wait, hold on. They're playing. You know what? I don't want the Chiefs to go into the. I don't want them to be there again. I mean, you got to give it to them. I mean, I would say the Chiefs are probably going to be in the Super Bowl. It's hard to bet against them. It's hard to bet against the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl, but I kind of want to see the Bills, like somebody else go, like the Bills, Eagles, something like that. But I like. I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see something different. What y'all think? I mean, I'm not mad at. Listen, I went to Kansas City recently. Kansas City is fly. Let's be real. Bills beat Eagles. Well, I don't know about that. Oh, the Commanders. Well, you can't even. I don't forgot about that. You know what you know what I want to say about that, but Jaden Daniels' story for me it resonates with me. Y'all remember he was benched, right? In the beginning of the season. They had him sitting out. And then he came back and started balling. That's a comeback story. We cannot forget that. That's a comeback story. That's a testimony for somebody. That they put him on a bench. They sat him out. Remember all the hoopla on ESPN? Oh, they're sitting out Jaden Daniels. Oh my God. And guess what? Now look at him. Look at where he's at now. That's a story. That's a story for somebody. They counted him out. They put him on the bench. Look at where he's at now. That's a testimony for somebody. That's a testimony for somebody. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right, y'all. So that's enough. That's enough of the beginning talk. I know we got our 15. Somebody said you know your stuff. I do know my stuff. Y'all think I don't know sports. Your girl knows sports more than you know. I really am thinking about just coming into finding somebody to mentor me and just getting into the ESPN space because I really do love sports. Anyway, it's besides the point. Jaden is incredible. He is. Think about a rookie quarterback doing something like that. And he was sitting out. You know, like some people that would kill you. That would mess up your spirit. But he didn't. He allowed it. He made it his motivation. That does something for somebody. I love Sam on ESPN. I'll be the baddest woman in sports, baby. No. I'm gonna just say that's bold, right? That's real bold because I don't. There's some bad women in sports. I am not discounting from them, but I'm just saying that. Anyway, that's besides the point. Let's keep going. Let's keep it moving, you guys. So the main topic for today, as we said, we got into some hot topics: the truth about women and male friends, myths, and reality. So there are some questions that I saw that a lot of men ask. I wanted to look at the most popular questions most common questions that men have. And the first question that came up is, can a man and woman truly just be friends? Now, I can only speak for my perspective, and this is just what I'm going to say. The first thing I will say is this. I've had a best friend that's a male since I was in high school. It's never been romantic. It has never been any of those things. Never. Okay. It's never been anything, no funny business. Okay. And so I can say with all certainty that for sure, I believe men and women can absolutely be friends. Somebody said Sam and Molly Q on First Take. I love this. Josh, that is literally my vision. Somebody tell Stephen A. I need some polishing. Y'all know I'm not from the best of everything. Y'all know that. But listen, without makeup and hair crew, I still am cute. So all you got to do is polish me up a little bit. I'm from Atlanta. You know, you just got to throw me in some stuff and tell me what to say, and I can say it, y'all. I could be on TV. No, but anyway, I love Molly. I think Molly fly now. I think Molly fly. Back to what I was saying. I have had a male friend since childhood. I mean, high school, you know, knew my family, everything like that. And he absolutely was just my friend. He was just my friend. He was not anything more than my friend. Okay. And here's the thing, family. Here's the thing. Whenever I was in a relationship, or whenever he was married as well, he got married and I was in relationships. There was never, if the relationship, his relationship, which, you know, he's married now, we don't talk like that. We don't communicate like that. We're very, you know, we know that we're cool. We're friends, you know, we're there for each other. He's very cool with my family, you know, that type of thing. But there's a lot of respect between like the distance. We don't call. We're not talking about each other's relationship. We don't talk about any of that. There are limits and boundaries to the friendship. Absolutely. So when he got married, you know, that I could understand why a woman wouldn't want, you know, I could only imagine a woman wouldn't want their friend to be, you know, talking to me and being open with me, right? Like that might not be what a woman would desire her man to be doing. So I thought about it from the perspective of, what would I want? Would I want my man to be talking to a woman about our issues? And that's how I looked at it. So there was a level of respect when I was in relationships. I honored what the men in those relationships desired for me. So if the men in those relationships were like, nah, this is not cool. Like, I don't like this relationship. I don't like how cool, I don't like y'all talking as often. I would honor the man in that relationship, right? I never allowed the friendship to get in the way of potential relationships, because ultimately, if I got married or, whatever, like, that's my man. And my man gonna take precedence. My man gonna take precedence. Because what my man can do, you cannot do. I'm just keeping it real. What my man is supposed to do, you cannot do. So I'm gonna honor and respect my man in that situation. So that's what I think. I think that ultimately, I do believe that there can be friendships, but I do believe there has to be boundaries. And I do believe that when people get into certain relationships, you have to honor those boundaries, right? You can't be like talking to your male best friend every day when you got a man. Like, that's disrespectful to the man. And men, you can't be talking to your female best friend every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not good for you either. Like, you can, and I think even more so for men, if you start connecting with a woman emotionally, it means a lot more. I really believe that. I think that when men start reaching out to women and they start having a connection with women, that's not easy to do. You don't naturally just connect with women. So I think it's very important for people to feel, they should feel some type of way. Right? That's what I think. I think that we both have to be careful, but I think it has to be respect. I do think that it's possible to be for a platonic male and female friendships. I really do believe that. I don't think that that's like unheard of. I really don't. I just think it has to be boundaries, and that's that. But I will. Here's the other side, y'all. Here's the other side of this. Let me be very clear. Let's be very clear. I've also had issues where there was men that I thought were my friends. Ladies, you're not going to be happy with this story, but it's the truth. There was men that I thought were my friends that were not my friends. In fact, when a relationship ended, there was one friend of mine that I thought was my friend. And on my birthday, he tried me. He tried me. Oh, he tried me. And I felt so disrespected. I never spoke to him again in the same capacity. Never. I was like, man, you can't trust nobody. Because I had recently just fell out with a female friend, and now this male friend that I thought was my friend, as soon as the door opened for you, I was just out of my relationship for like a month. Like 1 month. 1 month out of the relationship, y'all. Listen to this. And not only was it a friend of mine, but it was friends of my ex. That was like, I love you. I know you was a good woman. I saw how you was holding the old boy down. I was like, wow. Golly. Not only was it my friends, it was his friends that was like secretly waiting on the okie doke. I'm just saying, y'all. Some guys, it's diabolical. It is diabolical. It's diabolical. It's a cold world. But I'm saying, guys, a lot of times a lot of guys, we have to understand this. Social media has made our world really believe that what we have is common. That when you have somebody good in your life, it's common. It's not common. Quality is rare. I don't care what dynasty we live in. Quality is always and always will be rare. Right? And so when we have this world where We're always trying to find something better because our explore page makes us feel like there's 1,027 different options. I say this on a lot of different videos. The grass only looks greener on the gram. Grass only looks greener on the gram. Somebody said here, I'm not surprised. It happened to me too. Aisha, I hear you, girl. I'm just saying. Grass only looks greener on social media. It's very important for us to understand the value of the things that we have in our lives. And sometimes it does take us to lose it for other people to understand what they had. But, you know, I do think social media makes it seem like it makes it harder for you to just stick to something that is good, right? Because it makes it seem like you could just find something good. Just because it look good don't mean it is good. That's a word for somebody tonight. Just because it look good don't mean it is good. Right. And I feel like, y'all, to be honest with you, if you look at somebody, I mean, you can hear somebody, you can tell when somebody's quality and not on some level, like to some degree. Right. It's not that hard to tell whether somebody really about something or not. Let's just keep it real. Right. There's not that many women of certain quality. And there's not that many men of a certain quality. So anyway, I went on a tangent, but let's get into it. Let's get into the second one. Can men and women just truly be friends? I'm saying yes, but there has to be boundaries. And that boundaries, the onus is on both parties in that relationship. Number 2, has he ever been attracted to you? Now, y'all, this may not seem like it's a big deal, but I think it is kind of a big deal. How, and I like, I feel like if somebody, you can find somebody attractive, but maybe say, you know, I'll never try them. Like that will never happen. Right. Or there's people in your life where you're like, they're my friend right now. But if I ever get single and if I'm ever ready, I'm coming right for them. Y'all know, I'll tell you, men, y'all, men, please don't be mad at me. Men are snipers. Men are snipers. They're snipers. Women are not snipers. Men are snipers. Why do I say that? Men, in my opinion, they know they are very. Let me hear. Sam, say what you're trying to say. Men have discernment. Okay, they know what's quality and what's not, but they also know when they're ready for quality and when they're not ready for quality, right? I truly believe that. I believe men understand more so than women what they're ready for. Women, whether we're ready for it or not, which is our problem, we will enter into a relationship and sabotage ourselves. Men, they're like, no, we ain't ready for a relationship. And whether they can meet the baddest woman, the nicest woman, the most perfect woman in the world, they will stand on business and say that they're not ready for a relationship. They understand what they're ready for and what they're not. And they're more hesitant to jump into something rather than to get into something. Like women will be like, relationship is presented, we'll say yes, right? Well, that's our default. We're going to say yes. Men, default, no. Men default is a no. It's a hard no. Women, it's a yes. And we'll sabotage it and we'll cry about it. And then we'll watch this guy's story for 77 years, stalking him because we messed it up and we knew we did. Some of y'all might have some women now stalking y'all stories, wondering why. Because she messed it up. That's why. She messed it up. I'm just saying. We women, we are security seeking. And that's what we have to understand, y'all. We are security seeking. And in us being security seeking, what does that mean, Sam? That means we like to feel like we like to be in something secure. It's misused term in both spaces, where security seeking is like, oh, we want a man that has money, and that's not false, but that's not 100% true. Women like to be in something that they can sink their teeth into. Like, there's women right now, they man is broke as a joke. He ain't got nothing, but that's they man. They just want to be able to say that's they man. It doesn't matter what he has. That's just my man. I just want to have a man to call my own. It doesn't matter about whether or not he's a quality man or not. Now, to certain levels of women, it does matter. Right? But when I'm saying a lot of women, the security is, I have a man. Not, I have a man that's got all this stuff. I got something I can call my own. When people say they got a man, at least I can join the conversation and say I got a man. Even if he ain't bringing nothing to the table for real, I can at least say I got a man. That's just women. Men, on the other hand, would rather kick rocks by themselves in the park for 6 years before they commit to something that they don't want to commit to. A lot of men, not all men. Some men can't be alone, and I think that's a red flag. But there's a lot of men that have a certain sense of self. They would rather be by themselves. They could be rocking with you for 15 years. There are men right now that's on this live. Don't say nothing, y'all. Don't say nothing, because you don't want to tell on yourself. But there are men on both of these lives right now that are dealing with a woman as we speak that you have absolutely no intentions of being with past March. And I'm being generous when I say March. Y'all, I'm having too much fun tonight. There's some men, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I don't want y'all to say nothing, because y'all gonna blow up y'all spot. But there's some men on this live that already know there's a scheduled breakup when the sun is coming out in the spring. When spring break hits, there's a breakup coming. There's an ending of a situationship that is bound to happen, beloved. Men have an understanding of what they are and are not ready for. That's my point. Women don't necessarily have that understanding because we're trying to find security. A lot of times, like I said, we will say yes to something. We will say yes to a relationship, even though we know we're not ready for it. Men default to relationships is no. They're going to say no before they ever say yes. Women will say yes before they ever say no. Right? And so I know we're getting into other things, but understanding the attraction aspect of things is, has he ever been attracted to you? I think it's hard to say, because you can be attracted to somebody but never want to be with them, right? That was my point to begin with. It depends on the motivation behind the attraction. There's people that are just attractive people. That doesn't necessarily mean that you want to be with them or you have any intentions with them. And I understand that question from men, like, hey, has your friend ever wanted to be with you? Or ever, does he feel attracted to you? That's a fair question, but how would you ever know the truth? How would you ever know the truth? How would you ever know? How, like, if she asked the man, hey, bestie, have you ever been attracted to me? Well, you a beautiful girl, but nah, I see you as a sister. Guarantee that's probably going to be the answer. I mean, you good look, you cute or whatever, but I ain't never seen you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you may not get the truth. Or, oh, when I first met you, I thought you was bad, but once we got together, I mean, I really just got a sister vibe from you. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like you just never know. And then there's some men, like I said, they're snipers. Okay. They become friends with women knowing that they're not ready for a relationship. But eventually, when they are ready for a relationship, they coming back for that woman. So I understand the question. The hard part in asking that question is that she may never know the truth. I'm just keeping it real. She may never know the truth. She may never know the truth. Now, some men, I've had men that we were friendly, and then they come in and they say, "Listen, I think you bad. I think you fine. What's up? I just want to let you know. I know we done had some platonic stuff, and I know I done called you sis for 6 months, but you fine. And when I'm ready, I'm coming for you." Like I've had men say a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to know. It's hard to say because, like I said, men are snipers. So they may not always wear their intentions on their sleeve. Steven says on YouTube, he says, you can usually tell. No, you can't. I don't feel like you can usually tell. How can you tell? I feel like a lot of people just say to me, "Oh, everybody assumes if a man is coming at me, they want me." Like that's what a man assumes. It's not even about any type of energy. They just feel like, "Oh, every man want me." That's not necessarily true. Not every man want me. I'm just being honest. But again, it just depends on the man. So that question is, has he ever been attracted to you? Again, I think that's a flawed question in the sense that you don't know. You may never know. Number 3, do you talk to him about our relationship? Now, y'all, this question is very important because I feel like you should not be talking to no man and you should not be talking to no woman about your relationship. Like if you are actively in your relationship and you are connected, I don't feel like there should be, unless you got a therapist, I don't think that there should be another person you speaking to of the opposite sex about the issues in your relationship. I really feel like that's a boundary that needs to be drawn in the sand. Okay. Like I feel like that's a boundary that needs to be drawn in the sand. I don't like when women say, "Oh, well, he understands me and he's just talking from a male perspective." Well, then talk to your daddy. Talk to your brother. Get you a male therapist. Talking to a man and not understanding whether or not what that man's energy, you might be inviting energy into your relationship that can unintentionally sabotage the relationship. Right? I think that that's a hard no. That should not be something that we're doing. No, absolutely not. I think people, "Oh, he's my friend, and I just think he's just such an awesome guy, and I just want to just be so sweet." No, you can't. No, I'm sorry. No, and no man on the reverse, no man should be sitting here telling his friend. Oh, this brings up a story, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to tell the story. No man should be talking to no woman about what's going on in his relationship with his woman. I'm saying they can be friends, but I'm saying you can be friends with somebody and not tell them about what's going on in your relationship. You know what I mean? I can be friends with someone and not say the ins and outs of the issues that we're having. Like, I don't even trust women enough to tell them what's going on with my man, because women are trifling as well, right? Women can be secretly plotting on your man and you have no idea. No disrespect, but women, some women are trifling. They just can be, right? So anyway, when we're talking about relationships and who we're speaking to, I heard a story where there was a guy who was, I guess he was talking about, what was he talking about? He was, his wife, he had just got married to a woman, right? And she went out for a walk, but he had his female best friend at this like place. I don't know if it was their home. I think it was their home. But his wife, newlywed wife, walked out. She walked out for a walk, right? When she walked out for a walk, she comes back in because she forgot something. She comes back in because she forgot something. When she comes back in because she forgot something, she hears her husband telling his best friend, female friend, that he's working his way around being attracted to his wife. Because his wife is like, or his best friend was like, are you attracted to her now? Do you see her as being pretty? I know she's not your type. He said, I'm working my way around being attracted to her. So he had still not found his way of being attracted to her because she doesn't look like somebody he would normally date. And he went into the details to his best friend, female friend, about why she's not his type. Because she was darker skinned and he said she was overweight. That is something you should never, no woman. I heard her voice, y'all, on YouTube, and I wanted to cry with her. I would never want to walk in on my husband speaking to another woman about how he is not attracted to me and that he's working his way around being attracted to me. Oh, no. I'm sorry. That's a hard one to come back from. But again, that is not when, see, Roy said right here, Roy said on TikTok, she said, was it mistake? You don't talk about your woman to another woman. Divorce for sure. I listen, I'm not going to, go into that, but that would be, Roy, that would be hard for me. That would be a hard one for me. Because you're not going to be sitting here talking to no other woman about how you're not attracted to me. Guys, can you imagine you walking in on your woman talking to another man about how she's not really that attracted to you? Can you imagine that? What would you do? What would you do? Someone said I would have to leave. Yeah, I would have to leave too. I ain't gonna lie. That's tough. That's tough. All right. Let's go into the fourth question. Somebody on here said they can't handle their man having female friends. I understand that. I can understand why a woman would have problems with that, because a man, you will want your man to be talking to you. But I understand, they may not, be able to say everything that they need to say to you, but that'd be a tough one. That's a tough one. There's got to be boundaries there. There's got to be strong boundaries there. Strong boundaries there. Okay, the fourth question, common question that men ask as it relates to women with male friends, it says, would you drop them if I asked you to? Would you drop them if I asked you to? Y'all might not like this answer. Y'all may not like this answer, but prepare your spirit. If we're talking about a marital situation and this is your husband or your wife, this is not popular opinion. It's not. I think on some level, for your husband or your wife, if they feel strongly about a relationship that you're in, and I feel like you need to consider what they're asking you. That if that's my spouse, I'm riding in the sunset with my spouse. And that now, is that always served me well? No. However, that's the right thing to do, I think. I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's important to, if my man feels that strongly about my male friend, that he feels that, it's causing a rift, it's inappropriate, whatever the case may be, I will set the boundaries that need to be set because he's my man. I know that's not popular opinion. I know that's not popular opinion. I know people like, well, he was my friend before. I get it. But if this is my man, some people are choosing a lot of things over their man. If you my man, I'm choosing you over. I'm gonna have to choose you. And if the relation, and if later on again, this is not boyfriends. This is not, we're not serious. I can understand setting boundaries with, like, in a relationship context where, relationship, your man in the relationships, like, I don't feel comfortable with this, blah, blah, blah. I get that. Set boundaries for sure. But if this is your husband or if that's your wife, y'all, we gotta cut the cord. That's your wife. That's your husband. We don't set I do. So if there's a friendship, if there's a relationship that makes your partner uncomfortable, that's the problem. Somebody said marriage isn't for everybody. You're right about that. And here's the thing about this. Here's the thing. A lot of people, the idea of marriage is really, really attractive, but the reality of it isn't. And I heard Coach Ken Canyon said this. He said relationships wouldn't be so easy if we wouldn't expect them. He said relationships wouldn't be so hard if we didn't expect them to be so easy. I'm going to say that one again. Coach Ken Canyon said that relationships wouldn't be so hard if we didn't expect them to be so easy. I think that we expect relationships to be very easy, and they're not. It requires sacrifice. It requires us to compromise. It requires us to do things that we don't necessarily desire to do. And there are people that don't desire to do those things. They're like, I am who I am. This is who I was before you. That doesn't work when you're talking about marriage and when you're talking about marriage. That's just not how that works. It requires two people to come into a situation and saying, I'm willing to put all my chips down and make sacrifices for the relationship. Not everybody's willing to do that. But they want to be called a husband or they want to be called a wife. You see these shows on TV. I want to be somebody's wife. I'm willing to go down an aisle and not even know who I'm getting married to. But yet when I get married, as soon as this man doesn't do what I want him to do, I'm in divorce court. That's why God didn't send you your husband yet, sis. That's why God didn't send you your husband yet, bro. Because as you see on these shows, that as soon as something super superficial happens, they're ready to go out the door. Well, that's why that didn't work out. I've learned over time, y'all, that our social media world has really damaged us in our ability to stay and really understand, like, be in relationships. The agenda is to keep us single. It is. It is. The agenda is for us to stay single and unmarried. Listen to our music. Look at our role models. It's promiscuity. It's single. It's hyper independence. For men, it's promiscuity. Never settle down. Do your thing. Use women for what you use them for. Get money. F women. That's what we are being taught. That is what is being sold. But if you look at the higher ups in our community, the people that got the money, the people that got the power, they're all married. All of them. 86% of billionaires, 85% of millionaires married. The most wealthiest, the most powerful race in America is married. They're just trying to make sure that the powers that be stay in power. It's an agenda, family. It's deeper than what we think. Oh, I just want to be single. You don't just want to be single. You listen in the future. You don't, that wasn't your natural thought process. Ladies, you don't want to be single. You listen to Glorilla. I like Glorilla, so I don't have no problem with her. No shade to her. But if I'm listening to single music, hot girl music, I am going to be influenced. My pastor says this and it resonates with me. It says, whoever has your ear has your future. Whoever has your ear has your future. So if I'm listening to Future, guess who has my future? Future. If I'm listening a lot to certain artists or certain people and what they are saying, I am going to give them my future. That is what I'm giving. That's why we have to be mindful of what we're listening to and what we see. If we listen to a song right now, if I listen to a song from Usher's Confessions album, it's going to bring me back to a place. If you put on Love by Keisha Cole right now, y'all, I know exactly. I'm in the Mall of Georgia, and I know exactly who I'm in love with. Like music has power. Music has a power. It's one of the most powerful forces at work. And that's why the enemy was the angel of music. That's not an accident. It's not a coincidence. It's real. So anyway, I'm getting derailed. Let's get back into it. So would I drop a man if my husband asked me to? Yes. Would I drop a man if my boyfriend asked me to? I would set strong boundaries. I would set whatever boundaries he would want me to make. Whatever boundary, because ultimately, y'all, I'm not dating for my health. I'm not dating to pass time. Why? Because time is of the essence, family. Time is of the essence, right? We don't know how much time we have. So in us having limited amount of time, I'm not dating just to pass time, because I feel like every minute that I give to somebody, I can't buy that back. Every minute that I give to somebody is on purpose for a purpose. Right? And so if I'm giving my time to someone and it's my man, whether it's a relationship or whether it's marriage, if he's asking me and he's uncomfortable with a male friend of mine, I'm going to honor and set boundaries to make my man feel okay, whether he's my boyfriend or my husband. Now, my husband's got more veto rights than my boyfriend, for sure. My husband got way more veto rights. He got way more power than my boyfriend, than a boyfriend would be. But my boyfriend got some rights now. But my husband got veto rights. He got strong rights. He got yeah, that's a no. Thank you. Be blessed. Bye-bye. I don't know who this person is. So Thank you guys for the Cash App. Thank y'all for the Cash App. I'm seeing some Cash Apps come in. Thank y'all for the Cash Apps. If you guys don't know, it's Love Samantha Lee at the Cash App. Thank you. Okay, so Rob Carpenter says facts. Their goal is to keep us single. Divide and conquer is the system's game. If they keep us all divided, they can conquer us all. 1,000%. 1,000%. Okay, family, let's move on to the last one. I don't want to keep you guys on here forever. Have you two ever had a past? Now, y'all, this question is very important. Have you two ever had a past? Have you two ever had a past? Have you two ever had a past? Now, I think this is very important because I don't necessarily believe that somebody that you done slept with or had a past with, you could be just friends with. I'm sorry. You don't already. I mean, that's just me. I just personally, if a man comes to me, he said, this is my best friend, but we slept together last year, it's a no-go for me, baby. we gonna have to block and rebuke that spirit because look, y'all. Look, I'm territorial. I already know. Any man that ever talked to me, they know I'm territorial, and men like it. They actually like it. I'm not lying to nobody. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm territorial. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But yeah. So with me being territorial, I don't play that. You're not gonna be besties with your ex. You're not gonna be besties with a girl you was in a situationship with. You're not gonna be besties with no. I'm your bestie. I'm a great bestie too. I'm a great bestie. I just that's what I say. We besties. You parking in my garage. You know what I'm saying? If you parking in my garage, we're parking in my garage. What is going on? Okay, here we go. That's what we're doing. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just the thing. I mean, I look, I don't mind you guys, people having friends. Darrell said my ex-fiance tried it, not fam. I'm just being exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. It's a no. I don't necessarily you having been best friends with somebody you've slept with. Now, if it's been 20 years since you slept together, I may not be as upset about that. Maybe even 15 years, I may not be as mad about that. That might not be, but if it's like been within the last 10 years, it's a no. I just think it's a no. It's a no. It's a no for me, dog. I'm sorry. Because you've already shown at this point y'all have that type of attraction towards each other. So if y'all have that type of attraction towards each other, some of these questions have already been answered by the fact that y'all have already hooked up. Y'all have already explored that option. So for me, it's a no. It's a no. Okay. So with that being said, those are the 5 most common questions that men ask. And I broke that down on this live. So if you guys are on TikTok, I don't know necessarily how TikTok works with lives and things like that. But if you want to revisit this live, I don't know if it'll be saved here, if you'll go to YouTube, but it will be Love Samantha Lee at YouTube. So I don't sing to my man. I can't sing. I can't sing, y'all. I can't sing. I'm sorry, I don't sing. So with that being said, there's the 3 biggest concerns that I see with men having women having male friends is that the potential romantic or physical attraction. Number 2, the emotional intimacy and boundaries. And number 3, the prioritization and loyalty. We covered that in the last 5 things that we did. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. Somebody said inactivity. How is it inactivity? Interesting. Okay, I don't know how this thing works, but anyway, the potential romantic attraction, we talked about that. If somebody have slept together, then we already know what time it is. Um, and romantic attraction, that's a no-go. Number two, emotional intimacy and boundaries, making sure that we're not talking about each other's relationships. You know, we're setting, if there's a boundary that's set by our partners, let's respect that boundary. If our partner's not okay with certain things, we need to be clear about those things. And then number three is prioritization and loyalty. My loyalty, if I'm choosing a man, and this is just me, I'm choosing him. I'm choosing him. And I'm gonna make sure that the choices that I make in that situation are going to be not necessarily, I don't want to say, I'm trying to say this in the right way, but if I'm going to be choosing what makes my man comfortable and my partner, whether you're a male or a female. That's what I'm saying. All right. So we done covered the material that I have for today. So let's go into some questions. Let's go into some questions and answers, and then we can talk a little bit about sports. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. What about liking pictures on social media, or if he answers a DM? What about liking pictures on social media, or if he answers a DM? I don't like it when my man like if a guy is with me personally, this is just me. If he's liking pictures and they're like obviously thirst trap pictures, that to me is not it. That makes me feel like you're thirsting after other women. And it looks like to her that you're thirst trapping over other women. If he answers a DM, I would hope that he's answering a DM in a way that's respectful to the relationship. But if you're liking pictures that are inappropriate, or like is a girl twerking, half naked, or it's like women soliciting their OnlyFans content, or whatever the case may be, or they're just, it's obviously sexually, because women on the gram be wilding, bro. It's a real situation. I don't know what it's like on TikTok, but they be wilding. So I'm like, you gotta be respecting. Like, don't have me out here looking crazy, because the Lord has a way, family, of showing me what I need to see. I don't care what relationship I'm in. The Lord has a way of showing me what I need to see. Okay, God protects me. So even if you're doing it and you're thinking you're being sneaky, I serve a God that sees all things, hears all things, and knows all things. I will find out. I will find out. So don't play with me, because I pray. I pray. I pray and I leave. That's one thing I will do. When I find out, you can be mad if you want to be, but I when I find out, I will move on finding out. God shows me stuff. That's just what I think. The dirt will be uncovered, beloved. When God shows me something, when I pray, God shows me something and I move on it. See, some people, they see things and they don't move on it. I'm not one of those people. And I might get criticized for it. It's okay. I'm not the type of person that, even if we fall out, I have that type. I'm raised, maybe y'all can feel me. I'm raised from like hoodish environments, right? When we fall out, we may never speak again, but I'm never going to badmouth you, and I'm never going to say anything bad about our interaction. Right? If you told me something, or we had business, I'll never speak on it. We just fell out. Just know we ain't cool no more. But out of integrity, I'm never going to speak on why we fell out. Just know you and I both know why we fell out. Right? That's just how I am. That's just what I do. I know that our world is different now. We feel like the world needs to know, like, how, and we need to paint this picture so that we're the victim and blah, blah. It is what it is. when we ask God for something, we've got to be prepared to move on it. I'm just saying. And so when God shows me something, I move. And I might get, listen, people might be mad. But if God shows me something, I gotta move, baby. and that's it, Okay, let's do another question. Thank you, Antoine. Antoine says, you're such a natural, you're doing your thing tonight. Thank you so much. Hey, it's been a good one, Samantha. Blessings to you. We'll continue to check you out. Thank you, Swa Jones. Thank you. Salute to the chat. Thank you. I'm gonna be coming back on, obviously, to TikTok. Queen Love from Milwaukee. What? Oh my gosh, Milwaukee. Wow. How'd you find me, Reggie? That's crazy. Are you going to do a podcast? How do I know I'm hearing from God? Very good. You know that you're hearing from God because when God gives you peace about it, like I've learned that when I hear from God, it's a still small voice. It's not loud. Loud is usually your anxiety. Loud is usually like your trauma. Triggers is loud. It's a still small voice. It's still small voice. It usually comes from here, like from in here, right here. You'll feel it. And it gives you peace. It comes with peace. It doesn't come with the anxiety. What will happen though is that God will give you the word, right? And what will happen on the other side of the word is that the enemy is going to come in and he's going to make you question the word, right? So let's say God gave you a vision. Let's say God gave you a dream. What the enemy is great at doing is that he will come in and the first deception he's ever done in the Bible ever was, did God really say that? Did you hear God correctly? You didn't hear God correctly. That wasn't God. God didn't say that. That's a first sign of deception. So the first thing the enemy gets you to do is to question what God told you. So he's going to, what God does is he gives you a word. It's going to be very still. It's going to be small. It's going to give you peace. It's going to resonate with you. You already know. And then what happens is as soon as you think it, as soon as you receive it, you're like, oh, that had to be God. The enemy is going to come in and he's going to make you question what you heard. That's how you even know more so it was from God, because the enemy is the deceiver, right? He speaks in the tongues of lies, and he's great at lying. So he doesn't always just outright lie. Sometimes he uses facts to distract you from truth. Right? He gives you facts to say, let's say you have a dream right now. Some of y'all on TikTok, you have a dream right now, and God is telling you that you are going to do mighty things in this world. But right now, you can't even pay your rent. Right now, you can't even, there are certain bills you are struggling to pay, but God is telling you that you are going to do mighty things in this universe, that you are going to, miraculous things. The enemy is going to remind you of facts. He's going to remind you of your current situation, what you're not right now. He's going to keep reminding you. He's like, how are you going to do that? Like he tells me all the time. You have this idea, Sam, you have this thing, but you from Jersey, right? You're not from the best of everything. You from the south side of heaven. Yeah. You done forgot? You a mixed girl. You a mixed girl from Jersey. And now you living in Atlanta. You can't, you divorced, you have a child. God can't use you. God can't use you. Oh no. The devil is a lie. He can use you just like he's using me. The enemy, it's people like us, the people that come from the trenches, the people that lived out of their cars and was homeless, the people that really had to get it out the mud, the people that wasn't accepted from their family. Like I wasn't accepted from the white side of my family. It just was what it was. They didn't accept me because I was brown. And that's okay. It's fine. It's a part of my story. It's a part of my story. Now look at me. The same family that didn't want nothing to do with me want everything to do with me. Look at God. I say that to say that, I know what it looks like and I know how it feels at times, y'all, but that still small voice is truth. That still small voice is truth. That still small voice is truth. The enemy is a liar. The enemy is a liar. The devil is a liar. And the first lie he's ever told was, did you really hear that, Eve? Did God really say you shouldn't eat from the middle tree? Did he really say that? He didn't say that. No, he didn't say that. That you heard him wrong. He said that's what he does to all of us. And the thing is, family, once you understand where God and understanding the power of our minds, the only way the enemy gets you out of purpose is getting you to believe what he's saying. That's the only power he has. The only power he has is convincing you that you don't have power, convincing you that you don't have destiny, convincing you that your facts are going to be your reality forevermore. That is his power. That is what the enemy does. That's the only power he has over you. It's trying to convince you that where you are is right now. Lions have their teeth and they have their claws. Bears have their claws and their size. Hippopotamuses, if you've ever seen their teeth are so big and so large that you see different types of animals. They all have different weapons. The weapons of a human is their mind. And so the enemy uses our mind against us because we have this ability to be able to think and do and create. And so if he can manipulate our thoughts and talk us out of our own portion, he can keep us in the same situation that we've been in. The power that God has, the power that the enemy has, is the only power that he has is to convince you. It's to convince you that you aren't good enough, to convince you that you can't make it, to have trolls come on your live and remind you of your past. That's what the enemy does. The enemy tries to keep you stuck. The enemy tries to remind you of the lies that the enemy wants you to basically internalize so that you don't feel like you make it, so that you don't feel like you're worth it, so you don't feel like it's possible. That's what the enemy does. If he can convince you that it's not worth it, if he can convince you that you can't make it, then he's done his job. Don't let him win. Don't you dare let him win. Don't you dare let him win. Because that's what the enemy does. That's what the enemy does. He uses lies and deception to keep you out of purpose. He lies to you and makes you feel like you can't get to. It's not possible for you. You know what I started doing, family? I started speaking life over myself. I started saying, no, I can be on TV. No, I can be on there can be a Samantha Lee show on Netflix. No, there can be Sam on your TV screens. I can do this. I can do that. I can be the hottest thing coming out of Atlanta. I can be that. I can be all of that. I speak life. When the enemy tries to speak death to me, I speak life. Start speaking it, family. I know that everybody doesn't like hearing like words, law of attraction and things like that. But some of you guys are speaking what the enemy is saying over your life. You are entertaining. This is a word for somebody. Somebody needs to hear this right now. I don't know why y'all have been on multiple of my lives. TikTok, you've never seen this before, but this is not normal, as normal. Some of y'all are entertaining what you don't want to see more than what you want to see. Some of you guys, there is somebody on this live that is listening to what you don't want to see versus what you want to see. What does that mean? Some of you guys are more or less ruminating on the what ifs. What could happen? Why? How? You start thinking about all the negative things and you think it's like a protective capacity. Like, oh, I'm protecting myself from the worst case scenario. So I prepare myself and I walk myself through the worst case scenario because I'm afraid of being disappointed and I'm afraid to hope again. So I stay in the disappointment and I live and literally walk through the worst possible situation that could play out so that I can prepare myself for the worst. I want to denounce that from you. I want to denounce that from you. Some of you guys feel like that protects you. That protects you from being hurt. That protects you from being disappointed. By not hoping, by not believing for better. No, family, absolutely not. That's a lie from the enemy. That's a lie from the enemy. He knows the power of your thoughts. He wants you to think about the what if. He wants you to think about what the worst case scenario is. He wants you to stay in that. Why? Because you attract it. Some people are so afraid of being disappointed because they've been hurt before. And so they stay and try to basically preempt themselves of the upcoming disappointment in order to protect themselves from being hurt. But what you don't realize is that it's a trick from the enemy to attract that circumstance. He wants you to think about the worst case scenario to attract the worst case scenario. He wants you to think about your anxieties more than what you're hoping for, because he wants you to attract your anxieties more than what you're hoping for. Some of you guys are afraid to dream. You're afraid to visualize what you want because you're afraid of being disappointed. And I want you guys to know that that's a trick from the devil himself. What you're hoping for, what you're dreaming for, don't stop dreaming. Don't stop dreaming. Entertain your dreams, entertain your goals, visualize yourself there. And even when it doesn't happen when you want it to happen, you keep on believing. Family, in the Bible, things didn't happen when the Israelites wanted them to happen. They happened when God wanted them to happen. But God gave them that desire. God gave them that desire. And because God gave them that desire, eventually, at the right time, he gave it. So even if it doesn't happen when you want it to happen or how you want it to happen, you keep speaking life. You keep believing truth. You keep saying, okay, well, you know what? It's going to happen. You keep having those vision boards. You keep envisioning what you want to see. You keep believing. You keep hoping. You keep dreaming. The enemy has stolen dreams. How do I know that? How do I know that the enemy has stolen dreams? Because he stole mine too. all last year, family, and I know I'm completely off topic. But all last year I realized that I stayed in a place of anxiety. You know, I told you guys before that I've been diagnosed with anxiety disorder. And I can be in a place of just spinning, like spinning in the worst case scenarios, spinning, 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 spinning. And what happened was, what I found this year, my friend came over. She was like, "Let's do vision boards." I hadn't done a vision board in years, but the last time I had done a vision board, y'all, everything that I wanted happened. Everything that I had put on the vision board happened. So I'm like, why didn't I do this before? Right? But anyway, she does the vision board and we start watching The Secret and we start thinking about the law of attraction, what you're attracting. And I believe there's a place where manifestation meets, God's will. I feel like God is the center. God is the center. And so anyway, I start believing again. I start visualizing again. I start seeing things happen in my life. And God gave me a revelation one day when I was sitting with him in the morning. And he was like, "Sam, you spent a lot of your year trying to protect yourself from disappointment. A lot of the reason why I experienced some of the things I experienced and I didn't grow the way I wanted to grow was that I kept preparing myself for the worst. I kept preparing myself and trying to escape disappointment rather than hoping." And so he was like, the reason why you were in that space and the reason why you experienced those things was that the enemy, he still kills and destroys. That's what he does. But he stole my dreams because I was afraid to dream, because I had been disappointed. Not because God didn't do it, but because God didn't do it when I wanted him to. And so I'm speaking to a group of people that maybe you feel like God isn't going to do it because he hasn't done it already. That's a lie from the enemy. That's a lie from the enemy. God does it at the perfect time. He does it at the perfect time. And the enemy wants to convince you that the best thing to do is prepare yourself for the worst. Prepare yourself for the worst. Prepare yourself for the worst so that when better happens, you'll be excited. No, family, you keep hoping for the best. And when it doesn't happen, you keep on hoping. Okay, well, God, you know what? I believe. You keep on speaking life. Keep on speaking life. Keep on speaking life. Keep visualizing what you want to see. And start putting up those vision boards. Don't allow the enemy to get you out of a place where you stop dreaming. All right, y'all. That don't have me out. I know. I went too far, y'all. But I apologize that I went on a roll. Somebody said I have I have some things going on. Don't go out of bounds and stay within the lines of scrimmage. I don't know what that means. Sam, is lust a sin? I think we know lust is I feel like lust in a certain context is a sin, but we're not gonna get into that. What other questions that I missed, y'all? Is it shallow to want physical attraction? No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not shallow to want physical attraction. I want physical attraction. I want to meet a man that make my body want to do something to him. I'm just being honest. I want physical attraction. Somebody said, put your vision board on your wallpaper in your phone. It's the way I've manifested and it always worked. Starboard J, I put it on my, I actually put it on my my bathroom mirror. So I see it every morning, every time I walk into my bathroom. So I have put my wall thing on. Somebody said, is there somebody else? Do I believe in redemption of a former meth addict becoming successful? Absolutely. You got a story. I believe God can use anybody. The enemy hasn't, Rob Carpenter gave me a super chat. Thank you, Rob. He said, the enemy hasn't stole your dream yet because you're still breathing, Samantha. Cast down those thoughts. I saw your greatness in a dream, and I can confirm you are where you need to be on your path. Wow. Thank you, Rob. That comment means more to me than you even know. Thank you. Erica says, need to figure out how to do a vision board on my phone. Erica, you could do it on Canva. Like if you go on YouTube, you can literally go, there's people that can show you how to do it on your phone. Family, your job tonight is to start dreaming again. Start thinking about what you want to see in your life. If it's a check you want to see, go visualize it. Go figure out where you can. If you want to see $1 million check, write it to yourself. That's Jim Carrey wrote $1 million check to himself, and a year later he was paid for his first movie $1 million. You have to start dreaming again, family. Start dreaming again. Lester, you wildin'. Y'all, Lester said on here, he said, you are stunningly gorgeous. I'm not normally into black women, but you're exceptional. A light-skinned black woman with class. Thank you. What you write down will come true. I agree with that. Return to riches. All right, family, we are almost at the hour and 30 mark. I know we like to talk. I like to talk sports a little bit. So y'all, what sports? We talked a little bit about the Super Bowl. We talked a little bit about what I want to see in the Super Bowl. I have to root for the Eagles. We talked about the Commanders. We talked about the Chiefs. Of course, it's hard to root against the Chiefs, but you know, we talked a little bit about that. I know there's some games on tonight. You know, basketball. Y'all know I love basketball. That's my thing. When I get off of this, I'm definitely gonna be watching some basketball. But you're a chosen one for sure. Thank you, Charles Wilson. Thank you. Buffalo Bills. People saying Bills. I like Bills. Kansas City Chiefs. LeBron James is the GOAT. I think MJ is the GOAT. Y'all saw that Scottie Pippen interview? Y'all saw that Scottie Pippen interview? I saw that Scottie Pippen interview. And you know what, guys, what really bothered me? People aren't saying this. I know Scottie said some stuff, but I really didn't like how that interviewer, like, how are you going to interview me about, like, I'm in there and you asking me about Michael Jordan. If y'all saw that, I would be so mad. That's like being in an interview and somebody just sitting there asking you about your ex. They're clearly not cool. That really bothered me, y'all. I was like, I would not want to be here. Like, y'all, why are we talking, like, why are you, every question, well, so you weren't cool with Jordan? Well, how can that be? It's like, bro, he wasn't cool with Jordan. Like, if you couldn't get Jordan, just say that. We're not going to spend 2 hours talking about a man I don't talk to. Like, bro, we know he's a bona fide Hall of Famer. Let's talk about him and his journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, that was disrespectful. That was disrespectful to Scottie. Because, yes, Scottie said some stuff, but I felt like, to me, I didn't like how the interview went because it was very much like all about Michael Jordan. And I would not be okay with that. Somebody said, where is Anthony Edwards going? He's staying exactly where he's at. He's probably going to stay. If he went anywhere, he should come to Atlanta. Atlanta would be lit, but come back to Atlanta. But he's probably, Minnesota ain't gonna let him go nowhere. Timberwolves ain't letting him go nowhere. Anthony Edwards is a bona fide star. Go Dogs. He is a star. He's not going nowhere. D Rose, my favorite player of all time. You know what? I'll be honest with you. D Rose is really like, I've seen some interviews of him, and I mean, he just seems so solid. Like he just seemed like a solid dude, like just very solid. I don't have like, you know what I'm saying? He just seems so solid. Like I can't describe it. It's like you want him to win. You know, like I saw the interviews and I saw like it just seemed like a genuine good dude. Like you just want to see him win. Josh Allen MVP. I can see that happening. I mean, if he gets past the Chiefs, if he gets past the Chiefs, then we can do that. Giannis is my fave. Same birthday. I like Giannis. I love his interviews too. Giannis seems so genuine. He seemed like he really rocked with his team. You know what I'm saying? I like Giannis. I like Giannis. All right, y'all. Jimmy Butler going to the Suns. It seemed like it because y'all done seen that whole what the Suns just did. The pick that they just did. Milwaukee Bucks. Bucks is balling now, Reggie. They balling now. They done found their stride. Butler going to the Sun. I just saw the picks that the Suns traded with the Jazz for. So it looks like they about to do something. We gonna see. Oh, Knicks is doing well too. We cannot deny that as well. I was hoping for a Ravens Eagles Super Bowl matchup. I could see that. They suspended when they suspend Butler again. Was it because he wore the purple and orange sneakers to the game? What did he do? Was it because of the sneakers? What did he do? Oh man. I'm sorry, y'all. He missed the team flight. Y'all, he needs to just. Yeah. They didn't say he missed another flight. Well, he don't want to be there, y'all. He don't want to be there. But anyway. All right, you guys. So I am jumping off. Next week, you guys, I'll be jumping back on live with you guys on TikTok. I'm going live every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. on 8 p.m. on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay, so I go live on all three platforms. I will start going live with you guys here. So it was a lot of fun. TikTok, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I know I normally don't go live, but I enjoyed this. This is actually a lot of fun. And so yeah, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you for the likes, the comments, everything. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you have not. Follow me if you have not yet already on TikTok. Again, I'll be going live. I go live frequently. So I will see you guys again. Thank you guys. Have a great night. And I will see you guys soon. Good night, y'all.